What is up, everybody? This is Ryback Stun. We have returned to Marvel Heroes, doing our Cosmic Terminal runs here with Taskmaster. We are going to be doing one of my favorite Cosmic Terminals, the Church of Purification, the Master of Disaster, the Sentinel of Sidorak, the Destroyer of Destructors. It is the Juggernaut. And this is one of my favorite Cosmic Terminals to do because it's hella easy. But this video is going to be a little bit longer because we do have to go for 375 guys here. But they're all in here, unlike the last one. I again apologize. We're also on Bounty Hunter Weekend again. It's the same thing. It's recorded literally right after the last one. So you're going to have the actual big buff thing drop, hopefully. I have done Cosmic Juggernaut once during this weekend. So it does, I can confirm that it does actually drop the things that it's supposed to. I feel like Kingpin not dropping that third one, it is kind of tied to the bug that happens when you can't get the full bounty clear because of the fact that they're not all there. They have stopped spawning on 3 floors, except for those ninja guys. It's the Magia that are disabled from spawning. Why? God knows. But that's the way it is. And it sucks. Yes, just what I needed you guys to do.
Pay attention, class.
And we're one of the Cyclone Club things. And boom, and boom. That shield went the wrong way. There we go. And you're knocked out. See, Dismember doing 270,000 damage brutes is beautiful. Did I level up my item? No.
Why do you hate humanity?
I don't hate humanity, I just hate you. Because you're kind of a douche. You guys are not the friends of humanity. You're not allowed to call yourselves that. Anybody who
this is too easy.
Is familiar with the 1990s X-Men TV series from Fox Kids, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, we got ourselves a PSYOP. Just like these guys very much. I'm a little hungry. I don't know why. Feel like I need some Cinnamon Toast Crunch after I'm finished with this. Anyway. Let's knock these guys out. This one does take a bit longer. If I was on Spider-Man, I'd probably be able to do this a lot faster. First of all, if Spider-Man were level 60, I definitely could do it faster. But, one of the things about it is that Taskmaster is my most reliable Cosmic Clear. If I were to get back Spider-Man to level 60, put his blessings back on him from another tune, then I could probably get Spider-Man to be a faster clear. Problem is that he's super squishy and sometimes doesn't survive stuff. With all the life on hit I have from Taskmaster, all the defenses that I have, from the different things getting defense and dodge from my passive, having the absorb from one of my toggles, having the dodge from my other toggle, all that other stuff, all the defensive items, it helps a lot to survive. Survival is kind of important in Cosmics. I mean, it's not important because there's no real penalty in terminals for dying. But it also does take a lot longer to do stuff if you do die.
You can't defeat humanity.
Which is not, cool. I don't want to get sent right back to the beginning of this terminal, which would suck. Boom. That's everybody there. Go. I am also gaining experience for my lovely legendary, which I need to kind of sit down and focus, get it back up, run some X defenses, run a bunch of legendary quests. I could use the Odin marks for when Psylocke releases, or when something else releases that I want to throw Odin marks at. I think the next character that I'm really excited for, besides, technically besides Psylocke, is Silver Surfer and Nova whenever Nova is released.
Remember how you got these bruises?
I am a fan of cosmic content. I think that the stories written in the Cosmic sections, stuff like Annihilators, Annihilation Conquests, Annihilation, Realm of Kings, War of Kings, Infinity Gauntlet, things like that, they're really very interesting stories because they're beyond the scope of, hey, Earth is the center, which, of course, everybody in DC is like, Earth is the place we need to conquer, because while O is the center of the universe, Earth is the center of the multiverse in the DC universe, and, sometimes that's just not good enough. So, at least in Marvel, they try to have their threats that are in space be more significant than some of the stuff that the human beings are facing on Earth. Or people like the Asgardians who are fighting on Midgard, stuff like that. I mean, even as the Asgardian stuff by itself. What is that noise? I guess it's the Limbo Demons. Even the Asgardian stuff itself is really beyond what humans have to deal with in either the Marvel Cinematic Universe or just the regular Marvel comic verse, where in the Cinematic Universe they're aliens, but in the Marvel Universe they are legitimately gods. You know, Thor, Balder, Volstagg, Fandral, Hogun, Odin, all those Norse
Iron Fist style.
individuals that are around. And then you still have your Greek stuff like Ares, Hercules, Zeus is somewhere around
Why
there.
do you hate humanity?
There you go. Just things. Cosmic is actually pretty cool because there's threats that you wouldn't normally see. I like the interactions between the different empires, like the Skrull Empire, the Kree Empire, the Shi'ar, the Badoon, the Space Knights, which some of you may know what that is. Some of you may be like, what? Space Knights is kind of old school. Rom the Space Knight. Icon was introduced as a Space Knight from Galador. I think that's the name of the planet. In the Annihilators, and she was a character that I would actually love to see in this game, but I doubt it will ever happen, at least not before the rest of the Annihilators get added into the game.
I have been led astray.
Speaking of Annihilators, I'd love to see Gladiator in this game, Quasar, Ronan the Accuser would be an interesting character to put in, not someone that I'd be clamoring for immediately. Silver Surfer we know is coming, and he's going to be very interesting to see, because, in my opinion, I think Silver Surfer is going to be paving the way for, in terms of movement at least, Iceman, which is a character that everybody wants to see, but not everybody really understands that there might not be the tech involved with it ready yet. And I have said before that I think that that's an excuse, not a reason. But in this specific instance, I definitely think it is a legitimate issue. They might not have the capacity to be able to pull that off in a good way yet. And having it be pulled off in a good way is very important because we don't want our heroes half-assed. Right, Invisible Woman? Or Gambit? Sorry, what? Bad guys. We're at 219 of 375, getting close to our second bounty chest. A lot of people will use MODOK as their cosmic grinding thing. I actually don't like fighting MODOK. I think he's
Learn some
decently
new moves.
difficult. And it really probably shouldn't use the word difficult, because I know that a bunch of people are going to be like, nothing in this game is difficult. You could run content in this game naked and be able to beat everything by yourself. Which, that's not a joke. That's something that has been said on the forums before, which to this day has not actually been proven as
Where
possible.
did I go wrong?
Anyway, I don't necessarily find the content difficult. It just makes me work harder, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It definitely makes me think about my movements and stuff like that, especially when you have to fight two of the stronger bosses in the game right off the bat, Wizard and Doc Ock, just because of the way that their powers are coded. Doc Ock hits like a truck and has a crap ton of health, which doesn't actually make sense and shouldn't be the way it is. He should either have a ton of damage or a ton of health. But that's what they decided to do. Anyway, and then Wizard has that shotgun power which just shreds through melee all the time. So, it's not cool. Melee doesn't want to be shred. This is what I dislike about blue mobs with range, is that they just sit there. And they're like, hey, you want to deal with me? Too bad. And I toss that shield and
You
completely
can't
wrong.
defeat humanity.
There we go. Let's bob around and get some more guys. We're almost at the point where we need 75 more. It's like 125 per tier. I believe that's what it is.
You'll get yours someday.
Yeah, 125, 250, 375. So having to beat 375 enemies in this is not hard. You may have to search for a little bit. But it's not really all that difficult to do. There's the entrance. We're not going to hit it just yet. We're definitely going to make sure we have all of our P's and Q's in order, because we want those bounties. And I want myself some cosmic rings. Gotta move around.
Your resistance was expected.
There we go. Oh, we got 2 Psyops there. That's not good. I'm going to pop a med kit because Psyops hurt and they stop me from doing things, and I don't want to be stopped from doing things.
That's Iron Fist style.
That'd be cool if he really could shift between different like actual styles of fighting, and then he'd give him new powers. And that he, instead of having powers on a tree like this, he'd have different toggles like he does now, and he'd have offensive and defensive toggles. Defensive toggles would work like they would now, but offensive toggles would be like, you go Iron Fist style, so you get to use hand-to-hand combat movements from Iron Fist, or you go Wolverine style, your Berserker Rage is able to mimic Wolverine's different capacity that he can do, and it would give Taskmaster a lot more to do. Now, I understand why they went the way they did. This was cheap, it was easy, and it worked. And to be completely honest, I don't have a single issue with the way that they built Taskmaster. Taskmaster is amazing. That's not true. I do have one issue. I have an issue with action, the signature. It doesn't feel like a signature. It feels just like a buff that I don't care about. That's why you don't see me ever use it, because I don't care about it. It's just not worth running because of the small radius, and just putting points into a power like that, a self-buff that's just one shot in a small area radius, is not worth the points into it. A lot of people were like, oh, you should max out action. I'm like, no, I will never max out action unless it's a better power. If the toggle moved, or if the area buff moved with me, which it really shouldn't even be an area buff because of the fact that it's only you. But if the buff moved around with you with like a hover camera instead of him sticking a tripod down with a camera on it, I'd be more inclined to use the power because it would be easier to use. It would be more effective to use. Because how many times do you stand still in the same little circle in a boss fight? Not many. I'm trying to think. You don't do it with Ock. You don't do it with Shocker. You don't do it with Hood. You definitely don't do it with Hood. Oh, we're good with our chests, so let's head over there and try and beat Juggernaut. You don't do it with Juggernaut. You don't do it with Taskmaster. Taskmaster would actually be the easiest one to do because you can keep him in that small little room pretty easily, and that room, I think, is a little bigger than the size of the actual buff itself. You don't do it with Mandarin. You don't do it with Magneto. You don't do it with Pyro. You don't do it with I already said Hood. You don't do it with Kingpin. You don't do it with Doctor Doom. You definitely don't do it with Doctor Doom. You don't do it with MODOK because he's got those 3 platforms. I don't think there's a single boss that you could do that with. Everything requires you to do different things. Brood Infested, Teleporter, Power, Cosmic Poison Cloud. Alright, I've got this.
You know what invulnerable means?
It means that I can't really touch you. Supposedly, if you hit the shield enough times, it goes away. I don't know if that's accurate. But I'm kind of just throwing damage out because I need to. Oh, come on.
That's from Captain America.
Oh, this is from Captain. Ha! I can take a little bit of damage from Juggernaut. He doesn't really hurt all that much. Gotta make sure that I keep spider things down for vulnerability and for the crit it generates, damage and crit from my passive. Oh. I use a lot of spirit. I wanted to say endurance. It's because I'm back to my City of Heroes days. Oh, he vulnerable again. Anyway. I use a lot of spirit to reapply web net, which is kind of... It's not really that great to do. If anti-metal munition was better than the +6 I got on my my guys here, my batons, I'd probably use that instead and not bother with Bug Crush. Maybe throw in an archer power like Deadly Volley or something. Alright, we didn't get anything great down here. Got a Jugger Medallion, got a ring. I don't need any of that. But I am going to pop these chests here and see if we get anything good. Wow. Got Cosmic Agility Sword, or Agile Sword. I got a Relic of Adelan. I got a Relic of Subterranea. So let's stick those. Yeah, cool. That did work the way I wanted it to. Cool. Nothing else good here.
This'll come in handy.
It's kind of just stuff. Nothing too great. I'm going to pick it up because money. I also need some med kits because I used a ton. There was some purple stuff down here that I'll grab as well. Juggernaut Medallion isn't really worth much, but I'll pick it up anyway. I'm going to pick up this ring just to look at it, see if it's any good. Kit. Clean, clean, clean. Let's look at the ring really quick while we can. Area powers, dodge, and health. That's actually a pretty decent ring. or Cosmic would be even better. But there we go. That is Juggernaut Cosmic Terminal. It's pretty fun. This is about the average time it takes me, about 15 minutes to do it. And I know everybody's like, oh, you could run through Cosmic Terminals in like 5 minutes. Yeah, I could. I don't want to. Eat it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this content as much as I did playing it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the channel, video, all that other good stuff. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. More videos as they come along. Our next terminal, I think, is Magneto. That one's going to be painful because I hate Magneto in green terminals, and I hate him in red terminals, so Cosmic Terminals, he's going to kick my ass. Enjoy watching that on the next time. And with that, this is RybackStun, signing out.